Okay, so today I'm going to be doing a review on the Yale Real Living Look Door Viewer. This is a kind of viewer. Basically, you've got this unit right here. Will mount on the inside of your door, and then you'll have, actually this mounts on the outside, then you've got this section will be mounted to the inside of your door. And so basically when somebody rings your doorbell, you'll be able to look at this. It'll show up, through the little viewer camera on the outside of the door. You got a little doorbell, so they can actually ring the bell as well. And looks like it should be a pretty nice unit. Got a nice size to it, nice view actually. Now it does have a situation where it will basically only work on the type of door that you don't have a screen door ideally in front of it, or some sort of little vestibule out there in the front of your door. If you've got that, then this unit will not work, especially if you're locking your vestibule. So it's got here again, this is the piece that goes into your house and goes on the front inside of the door. It's your actual viewer portion. Got the rest of this here. A little battery cartridge that will go up inside. And you've got your piece here that goes into the door from the outside. A cable that goes through and will attach to the part that goes inside. And basically this will go through your little door viewer that you've already got maybe on your door. Comes with a little micro SD card. Got a little mounting clip that helps mount everything. And you've got some screws. And then later on, when you need to recharge it and such, or actually for your initial installation, you'll need to charge your battery, and that's what your cable is for. You can hook this into a standard USB port, and then right here, you see that it's got the little mounting port for the battery, and you plug that in and you charge it. And they've got it wrapped up and packaged really nicely. So here again, here's the viewer. You've got an on-off button here. You've got a piece down here where your little micro SD card will fit. Holds the memory for your photos that you're taking or your videos, whichever you're going to be doing, whether you can do either one. You can do videos or individual photos. And then you'll have this gets mounted to the door. You've got this goes into your door, this goes on the inside of the door, this goes to the outside of the door. Then this attaches to here, and then this slides in like this. And ideally you want to be able to see the blue and red flashing light, because that tells you that it's active and it's looking for a signal. Now, generally, I think that this is probably a pretty good product. However, I have mounted this on my front door, and well, I was quite disappointed actually. I mounted it, got it all installed, went through the process of the installation for my app, got instructions, and I went through the process, and it just did not work for me. So I called their help desk, and their help desk gave me instructions of what to do, and it didn't do it, so they had me reset it. I reset it, went through all the steps with them over the phone once again, and still did not work. So they sent me a replacement. I removed the old one, put the new one in place, sent them back the old one, called them up like they asked me to, had them help me go through the installation with the new one, had the same exact issue, replaced it all a third time, and believe it or not, the third one still would not work. They finally decided that they felt it was probably that it wasn't compatible with a Android device, which is all I've got is Android. And so for me it was absolutely worthless. I finally got them to escalate and got them to let me talk to the facility here in the U.S. rather than the India help desk, and well, found out that the troubleshooting steps they gave me were entirely incomplete. So I still went through everything with them over the phone with the U.S. facility, and they could not make it work either. So after many weeks, they finally sent me my money back, and they never actually asked for this last unit. Make somebody a really good deal on this if you're interested. If you've got an iPhone, I've understood it works great. If you've got an Android, I wouldn't touch this with a 10-foot pole. Generally though, like I say, I mean, the idea, the concept works really well, I think. You've got this goes through your door, will attach to the back of the inside unit. So basically you've got something like this with your door in between, the two of them. You've got the camera here, you view it there, and theoretically should work fine. Looks really nice. I would love to have this working on my front door. I'll probably have to use some competitors of Yale and see how that works. I mean, it's got a lot of good step-by-step instructions, tells you everything you need to do on the installation of it. It's got, you know, your different steps. 1, 2. It's not difficult at all. The actual installation, I think, took me maybe 15 minutes because I needed to rim out a little bit wider of a spot on my, when I took out my existing viewer that I have that just, you know, magnifies and goes through the door. Basically, they've got the app that will allow you to take a photo of this barcode that registers what device it is. You have to connect through your local Wi-Fi to make it really work properly, and then through your Wi-Fi it'll go and connect to the internet so you can use the app with it. One thing with this also, you do need the 2.5 megahertz network and not the 5 gigahertz. It does not work with a 5 gigahertz network. It must be the 2.5. So keep that in mind. You may have to make some setting changes on your network if you don't have that already. Until they can come up with a solution that works actually with Androids, I'd say if you've got an Android or you're an Android user, don't bother, don't waste your time and your money. If you've got a iPhone, might give it a try, might work fabulous. They indicated that the app was designed for the iPhone and not for Android, and that they were going to work on an Android option, but after 6 months almost, they never contacted me to tell me that they had done anything. So that's what I've got for that, and hope that helps you out, and you have a great day.